What's up, people? So today, as you can probably tell, if you watch my previous videos, that this is something very different. So basically, today's video is just going to be some updates on what's been going on because a lot has been going on and a lot has been changing. So I've built this, it's like a utility storage rack, but I'm going to convert it into a reptile rack. So it's very strong. Each shelf can hold about like 400 pounds, so like it's not going anywhere. Now I've already moved my snake onto it, and each shelf will have reptiles on it except the top shelf. That will just be for like storage. So far I've done a rough installation of these T5 lights. These are just going to be purely for viewing. I didn't even set up the top one yet, and I have to buy some longer wires because they are going to interfere with the enclosures that I'm going to be putting on each shelf. But they are working really well. They're very bright, as you can tell. Now again, these are just going to be for viewing. They aren't to provide UVB or heat. Now the animals that are going to need special lighting are going to go on this level because it is taller than the other ones. If you're wondering why I put my corn snake on this level, it's because, well, first of all, this this enclosure, if you remember from my last video, it's like the Exoterra snake kit. So it came with an extra bulb and UVB. So I'm just going to keep using the UVB until it dies out, which should take about a year. So really, I'm just going to leave this enclosure here for the time being. And then if I do have to change it up, I will move it on to a different shelf. Now, if you're wondering why I do have such a big rack, it's because I do want a lot of reptiles. Now, I will be going to a reptile expo in about 2 months. And I'm going to be getting, I'm pretty sure, 2 new pickups. So one of them, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a ball python. I really want a ball python. Here's my corn snake. I'll just give you a quick update on how he's going. I'm not going to open his hide or anything because he just ate. But I added some vines from Amazon. It got like a 2-pack. Came in like a 2-pack of vines for like 10 bucks. So I've added those vines. This is from its old enclosure. He is a male and he does have a name. His name is Cruz. And if people ask me why his name is Cruz, it's because he's just cruising through life. So that's the reasoning behind his name. I also added this little thing to help with shedding. It's like pretty rough, so he can rub his face all around it. Inside is smooth, but the outside is pretty rough depending on where he will decide to rub against it. That's the hot side. So the snake's doing really well. He's growing a lot. I will show you in a later video. I've put the temperature right. I forgot the name. I always forget the name of this thing. Heat mat is connected to it. It's at like 31 right now Celsius. But it's not heating. It's gonna drop the heat down now. I've set it to max 31 for the hotspot, but that's directly on the heat pad. He's usually up this much substrate, so it is cooler towards the top. So that's why it's at 31. If you're wondering, for these lights, they are connected in series, except this one because it's way too long. Way too tall, so I do need to buy all new wires and route them up the side properly and all nicely. So these are just temporary and rough outlines. These will be covered with enclosures, so you won't be able to see like these zip ties. You won't be able to see them once there are enclosures over them. So now this light is actually really bright. Like, I've even shut off the UVB light, but let me just turn it on so you guys can kind of get a sense. Like, that's the UVB light, and this is the vision light. Now it's 65K, so it's really bright. And if you're wondering, I just got them off Amazon. They were like 60 bucks. It comes with 6 of them. I only need to use 4, so I'll have an extra 2 in case they ever burn out. So they're 4 feet long, and my rack is 5 feet by like around 2 feet. So it's a really big rack, but it's okay. Now, as I said, I am getting a ball python. That's going to be going in a 36 by 18 by 18 Exoterra. So that's that. I'm not going to tell you what the second one is yet because I'm not sure about it. But I'm still deciding between 2 or 3 different reptiles that I do want to pick up. But that's really the updates for the rack. There's not many reptiles on it. Just this little guy right here, which he is growing. Now, if you're wondering where my Crested Gecko is going to go, she's not going to be going on the rack because her enclosure is too tall because she's an arboreal animal, but she's doing really well. I'll just show you her right now. She's just right there. Now her enclosure is going to get done really, really soon. All these plants that are fake are going to be thrown out or repurposed into another animal's enclosure. But we're going to be turning it into a bioactive setup. We're going to keep all the cork, and yeah, so the bioactive setup is still in the works. She'll no longer be on this stand or dresser or whatever. She's going to be moved right next to this fish tank around here whenever I decide to move her. I'm probably going to move her once her setup is complete, her bioactive setup. Pacman Frog, I still have to get an Exoterra enclosure, but he's doing really well. He's eating a lot. His is actually a bioactive setup right now. It has isopods and springtails in it, but there is no live animals. I mean, there is no live plants or leaf litter in it. So we are going to change that, and we're going to turn an Exoterra into bioactive for this guy right here. And he will actually be going on the rack. I don't know which level, but the ball python's either going to go here in the 36 Exoterra or down here. Right now, we are confirmed getting a ball python, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be in about 2 months, so there's going to be other videos in the meantime as I get this rack more completed. But yeah, this is where I'm at right now. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video.